Come on, make some noise for the Easter Bunny!
Happy Easter!
They did. Yeah, I love you.
I love you!
Wait now. Look, Judas.
Let me hear the worshipers!
How y'all doing? This is Talk Real Podcast, part 2. You know my name, JT, and my brother over here,
Jasper Dudley.
Yes, Jasper. So, I wanted to talk about your organization again. Basically, I want to talk about, because I know it's a lot of organizations out there that are probably doing similar to what you are doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to know, did you ever experience any haterism or people trying to put you down? You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Were you trying to rise up and do things with people instead of trying to put them down? Is there any I'm not gonna say no names or nothing like that, but have you experienced any organization?
Definitely experienced that they want to try to hamper your growth. We grew so fast. Like this week it wasn't no program and we just started it, and then the following week we was on everybody's lips that was talking about from Quicksand to solid ground. So it drew some hate.
Right.
It drew some people that didn't want to be a part of it and did everything they can to try to keep us down. But when God's involved, you can't stop it.
Yeah, if you can't, what's that saying that said, if you can't beat them, join them.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So listen, all I'm going to say too is to people out there who have organizations, come together. Let's not hate. It's room for everybody. If a common cause is to help people, why are we hating on the next man that's trying to help somebody? If the program is actually working, let it work. Don't try to destroy that, because what's happening here is you're stopping somebody from getting a blessing.
Right.
Do you agree with that? Like they're stopping somebody from getting a blessing.
Absolutely. What my method is this. I love going to do paperwork and all that, or be inside and we have meetings and all that. But the real work is out in the street.
That's right.
Just like you have programs that dealing with, we'll just use this for example, dealing with young girls or young men. How can you tell me not to go to jail if you've never been to jail?
Woo!
How can you tell me don't pick up a gun but you never really played with guns? I've done all that already.
Right.
How can you say you got a program and you reach in a certain crowd of young people, but we'll use women for example, for young girls. But you got all good kids in this program. What about the little girls that's out in these projects, how they learning how to give fellatio in the hallway?
That's right.
Or how to sell their body to trick the next dude to get money. Nobody's dealing with that though.
Nah, they see.
So what are you really into it for?
That's true. That's true.
I'm just curious.
I believe they're into. My thing is this: if somebody, like you said, they got all the good ones in there, because you know why? If they haven't been there, they don't have that tolerance level or the patience to deal with someone who might be a problem, so they would say.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like a person like you and me, we've been there. We know how to deal with that.
Absolutely.
We have the patience. They don't, because they're goody two shoes. If you're goody two shoe, you know what I'm saying? Deal with the goody two shoes.
Right.
To keep them being goody two shoes. You know what I'm saying?
I totally agree. I totally agree.
It's like me. If I never played with guns, right? I'm not gonna talk to somebody and say, "Oh, you know what? All you gotta do is put the gun down." That's all they gonna do. All you gotta do is just stop it. If I never use drugs, right? I can't really. Even if I have an organization, what I would do is find someone who can talk to them.
Right.
And I'm only gonna cover my area, what I've been through, because the first thing that someone is gonna say if you never, yo, how you gonna tell me you ain't never, when you ain't never been there? You grew up in Trumbull somewhere, and I grew up on the streets in a cardboard box.
Right.
So how you gonna tell me it's gonna get better? How you gonna tell me it's gonna get better? You understand what I'm saying? If you never try to kill yourself, how you gonna tell me it's gonna get better? Because everything was smooth in your life.
Right.
You feel me?
Right. Right.
You know, and another question I had to ask for you, have your life ever been in danger, or have you ever been through any danger and God saved you?
Absolutely. One comes to mind real quick. I can remember because I've been shot 8 times.
Wow, 8?
8 times.
Damn.
And one of the times it's on separate occasions, but one of the occasions I remember that I had got shot. I never ran to the police in my life.
Right.
I never called the police. I used to make stories or make fun like my phone can't call the police. That's against the rules. But to be real about it, I was in a shootout. And when I was living that life, I always said, if you drop your gun, you lose your life.
Yeah.
In this particular day that I got shot, that I was in a shootout back and forth, I dropped my gun. And I happened to run 2 blocks. And it's like the Lord had me run right into the police car. I was coming around the corner and they was coming around the corner. And I ran right into the car. And where I got shot at, I knew I was running out of air.
Right.
I felt myself, blood coming in my mouth. I know I'm bleeding internally. So they got me help. They had the emergencies come. They came. They put the pressure suit on me, got me worked up, brought me to the hospital. I'm still alert. I can still understand what's going on. And while they rushing me into the trauma room, I'm under arrest, by the way.
Oh, wow.
So they rushing me into the room. And I could hear the officer ask the nurse that was on the bed running, you think he's gonna make it? And I could hear in my ear say, nah, he's not gonna make it. Where he's been hit at is vital wounds. I don't think he's gonna make it. But I'm a listening testimony today, I'm here.
I'm so glad you're here. You see? God had purpose for you to be here. Because look at this. Look at this. Man been shot, you said 9 or 8 times?
8
times. Still here. Went to jail. Never thought he would come home. He's sitting here on the bench with me, right? Check this out now. You tell me God don't have a purpose for this man. Now he has an organization helping people. You see what I'm saying? Listen, we can't slap God in the face, y'all.
Over 100 men.
And that's a beautiful thing. Look at this, man. You know, that touches my heart that you didn't stay where you were at.
Right.
And just took advantage of the situation. Say, oh man, like a cat got 9 lives. He's gonna keep trying and trying and trying.
Right.
To that 9th time, it's done.
It's done.
You know what I mean? And some people, they don't know how to get out of where they're at. And this organization that you have is to help people. Save lives. I understand that we can't save everybody.
Right.
But the common goal is to save as many as you can.
Save many as I can.
You know?
And when we're in the streets like that, or you're in the streets like that, it's like you're a soldier in war.
Right.
And even the Marines have a saying, I'm not gonna leave nobody behind.
Right.
I'm trying to carry as many as I can with me to a better life.
Right.
And to help them to understand, because it all starts in the mind. And that's what these meetings do. They get in your mind.
Definitely.
You start talking to brothers, and then it makes your pain a lot easier.
That's
like,
it.
This brother can relate what I went through. He can understand me. I've heard brothers even in the meeting, I don't want to talk to a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to a doctor. But they'll come near and they feel they feel at ease, they feel comfortable.
And like nobody's gonna judge him.
Nobody's gonna judge them. It's a no judgment zone.
That's what's up.
You could talk about anything if you need to scream to get it out. They're gonna understand.
And nobody's gonna look at you like you're crazy.
Nobody's gonna look at you like you're crazy. If you need to curse to get it out, or if you need, however you need to express yourself, you could express yourself to get it out. And you're gonna have brothers there to understand and can relate.
And another question I totally forgot to ask you, but it was as you sit here talking, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, how'd you come up with Quicksand, from Quicksand to solid ground?
That's a
like where what was you thinking, and what is the meaning behind that?
From Quicksand to solid ground, and I'm glad you asked. That's a beautiful question. Quicksand to solid ground is simply when you in darkness or you run in the streets, you're in quicksand. You might even be on the clock, don't even know if you already targeted to go in. Somebody had to reach down and pull me out onto solid ground.
I love that.
So now I'm on solid ground.
Makes sense.
That's why I'm pulling them all out as quicksand to solid ground. And it's definitely a meaning behind that, because I was in quicksand.
Definitely.
Somebody took a chance on me to bring me onto solid ground. I want to talk about the person that helped not only shape my life was my wife. She was one of the strongholds, but I've heard this from, and it was my pastor, Bishop Danny Bland.
Right.
He didn't know me that good, but he said something that changed my life. He said, I believe in you.
That's right.
And I hadn't heard that for a long time, that somebody believed in me.
Right.
Or they were willing to take a chance on me. And it changed my life.
Sorry.
So it was good, and it helped me shape and push me even more into my destiny.
That's right. And you know, like I said, it's so beautiful, what you just explained to me. That's real, man. That's real, man. That you're really helping people. And another thing I wanted to talk about was basically, okay, so you got a lot of organizations out there that's misleading people. Now think about this. Think about this. You're coming for help somewhere, right?
Right.
You go to a nonprofit organization. It ain't what you expected, and instead of helping you, they're downing you, right? So what can you say about your organization? Because some people have lost hope in church.
Yes.
Because of the stuff that's going on, lost hope in organizations. Because when they go there, people act like they all that and not really paying no attention to them. So what can you say that is different from your organization to the next one that may not be as good?
We pride ourselves in not just talking, doing.
There you go.
Like I was saying in our previous interview, if a brother needs clothes, we don't want to keep giving you hope. We gonna get you some clothes.
That's what's up, man. I love it.
You need a job. We not gonna talk about it. Somebody in that room is going to step up. Like, you know what? I can get you a job where I work at, or I'm gonna hire you. I don't have no place to stay. Listen, brother, I got a room. I got a room in the house. You can stay in one of them rooms till you get yourself together.
That's right.
That's really helping people. A lot of programs they don't want to be next to Quicksand because it's not a good photo op.
Yeah.
Here go a lot of these guys. They've been incarcerated. They got little problems, but you're saying you want to help them, but you won't help them.
Won't help them. Some of them are afraid, actually, because they don't really want to be. And you know, let's just think about it. You got some people who are in it for the money,
right?
You know, just like, you know, some churches, they in it for the money. They
Keep
ain't
it
really
real.
about saving souls,
Right?
And that's why it's called Talk Real, because, you know, I put it like this. You know, I lost somebody in my life, right? In the same place that you think that people are really gonna have your back. So sad, man.
They let you
I have
down.
2 young kids. Do you think anybody ring my phone from a church, any church,
Wow.
to say, do your kids need anything? I'm a single father taking care of 2 kids. Taking care of 2 kids.
Mm.
Do you think they would even say, hey James, you know, it must be hard. You don't have 2 incomes coming in. Do you need anything? Even if I don't, it's just the thought that counts. So it would make me think, do you really care? Just to say, are you okay?
Right.
I lost someone that's still fresh. And that hurts so bad. You know what I mean? So that's why I understand coming to a place like this, you know, it would be very helpful. You know, because it's not just people who's talking, just like you
They
said.
doing.
You know?
It's funny you said that because you described one of the brothers that's in the program.
Mhm.
He's a single father and he has 2 kids.
Mm.
And he takes care of his kids. He raised his siblings.
Right.
You can't get that brother to get away from the program.
That's what's up.
Anytime
That's
I
what
call
I'm
that
talking
brother,
about.
he's Johnny on the spot. But I want you to remember 203 908 2314.
I got it.
From Quicksand onto solid ground, call and you'll get some help.
Definitely. I appreciate you coming on, brother, man.
Absolutely.
It's been a pleasure. You keep doing what you're doing, man. I would love to come down whenever I got time to volunteer, even just to come to one of the meetings, you know, and see where the love is. You know, and if you will invite us in with the cameras one day so we can see what's going on.
Absolutely.
So people can see you're not just talking, you doing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Love y'all, man. Peace.
Peace.